time is tell me more about that. It's the same thing. Tell me more about that.
Uh,
And really just trying to connect whatever it is. And it's those words that lead to more conversations. And then people just want to be heard. They just want someone that cares. And in a society today where we're all so connected, what I really find is that a lot of women, especially, are not. And so that is just my driving force to turn back on that light inside them that's been dimmed. And by asking that, tell me more about it, really opens them up.
Yes.
And we're in a business. We're sorting people. We're not convincing people, and that's where the bad feeling comes when you're trying to convince somebody.
Yes.
But it isn't for everyone at this moment in time. So just knowing that and going in with the fact that no is part of the business and welcome the no's. I think that's just where you need to be with it.
I sense too, one of the things about you, because you just speak with such quiet conviction. I would bet that because you are so sincere and direct with people, like saying, tell me more about that. Just the fact that you don't back down from a no, that you have enough belief and conviction in what you're sharing to address and encourage those concerns head on, just subliminally speaks so much about your belief in what you do and what you represent. And I think it's important for women to do that. We tend to back down. We don't want to offend people.
Right.
If someone doesn't appear to be interested, we're the first to let it go. But I really sense that you don't let that happen. You're really direct, but in a very authentic way, a very sincere way.
Absolutely. Well, we all have seen what it does for ourselves, for the people around us, for the women here. And I know that it changes. I'll cry. But I mean, it's so powerful. So if somebody's scared about the idea, I want to know more about that. I want to know more about them and how what I can offer them can change that in their lives.
Brilliant.
It's completely sincere and completely life-changing.
And I truly believe, I think any of you, you've all been in the business for a while. Would you agree? It's like the more you're in this business and the more you see those stories in your own team, in your company, in the profession at large, of people's lives that have been completely transformed by this. In my belief, you owe it to people to stick with them. If it's not for them, that's fine. But if it's just fear or lack of knowledge or a concern that's getting in the way, we really owe it to them to stay with them and answer those concerns and be sure that it's really not for them. And I know you've seen a lot of that in your team, so you've got enormous conviction, I know, in what you're doing. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
How about you? I know you and Richard have got similar approaches, but
well, just after listening to everybody, a couple things that came to my mind. I love how thorough you are when you're sharing with people. And I think so many times, especially as you're new, you're just so nervous to get the information out and then kind of run away. So I love how you're so thorough, and it allows somebody to feel confident and comfortable with the decisions you put out. So, if you're one of those people who's like, okay, I showed it to you, bye, and you're running away, maybe take a little bit more time at the end as you're finding out what's going on for them. But also another thing that I wanted to share was that, we just have such an opportunity to really raise the profession. And so if somebody says, no, not right now, and just asking them, hey, what kind of information could I get you? And go do your research, and encouraging that versus trying to, figure out how to get them to say yes. Because if you really get somebody to say yes and they're not ready to say yes, the likelihood of them actually staying and building with you is very small. So I prefer people take their time. I prefer they do their research. I prefer they feel super comfortable and confident in joining me. And so I think we all have that opportunity. And then when we treat people that way, we as a body of people just lift our profession so greatly. So those are the couple things I wanted to add.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Let's give them a very big warm round of applause.